We are back again.
We are.
Yeah. It's been a minute. I guess it's been every week on YouTube, but it feels like it's been a minute for us.
It has. It's summer.
It is summer, officially. And all our kids are older.
Yep.
We have no more single-digit children.
That's depressing.
Are you going to cry? Okay.
Not right now, but I will probably in a few weeks.
Yeah, when it actually happens.
When it actually happens, but yeah.
We want to start with our game.
Yes, we're going to start with our game, Would You Rather.
Okay. So it's a continuation of our last game.
Yes.
It's the same. I mean, we did the first 10 questions last
we
time.
We did. Yeah. I've not read the questions.
That's what she says.
I haven't. And if I did, it would have been several weeks ago, so I don't remember them. Okay. Would you rather do work that involves detail or big ideas?
Big ideas.
I'd like the detail. Would you rather be an amazing artist or a brilliant mathematician? Artist.
I like math.
Yep, nope.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not terrible at math, but
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
But I am terrible at art, so
you'd love
I would love to be able to be creative that way. Would you rather be held in high regard by your parents or your friends?
That's a tough one. I mean, because if you're in high regard with your parents, you should be with your friends.
Unless your parents don't know any better.
Well, then you could be, yeah. I'm gonna go with parents. I mean, I think that's the right answer, but I do, you know. Yeah, I'd rather my parents do the easy
Would you rather sit on a beach for a week or go on a outward bound type adventure vacation?
Outward bound? I have no idea what outward bound is.
Would that be like, I mean, an adventure vacation, I think it would be something you wouldn't normally do.
I'd rather do that.
I'd rather go to the beach. Would you rather lose the ability to read or lose the ability to speak?
Read.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I'll just watch it. Just the picture's good enough to figure out what I need to do.
Would you rather have a golden voice or a silver tongue? What does that mean?
I think a golden voice would be able to sing, or a silver tongue is like you could talk people into anything.
Really?
I already have a golden voice. I mean, just listen to me sing at church. Golden voice.
I would rather be able to sing good, yes. Would you rather have a personal chef or a housekeeper? I would like two. I would like both.
I'll shut this down for you.
Okay.
We're going to get there.
When Ott's home, he kind of is our personal chef.
Yeah, most of the time. It's usually wild game, but I am the personal chef. But he does
cook. So
and I am not the housekeeper.
Neither one of us are at this point, kind of shamefully.
We have a little robot. He don't do very good
and
either.
He gets stuck all the time. Would you rather be attractive but stupid or intelligent but ugly? I'm telling you, I did not read these. Okay, so you could be attractive but stupid or intelligent but ugly.
You're probably going to get further in life being ugly and intelligent.
I would rather be attractive and stupid. I mean, play dumb.
You are blonde.
Listen to Jake back there.
Jake, the camera's doing like this because Jake's laughing so hard.
Anyways, here's a good one. Here's this one. Would you rather be balding but fit or overweight but with a full head of hair?
I have obviously chose the balding.
So
and
you were
fit.
baldy and fit, so you're good.
I'm good, I would much rather. I'd rather not be fat
I would rather be bald and fit because I can buy a wig.
There you
go. Would you rather see what was behind every closed door or be able to crack into any safe? Is that like some kind of deep thought, or is that just literally behind a door or in a safe?
Yeah. I don't want to see what's behind every closed door, so I guess I'd rather crack into any safe.
Yeah, I guess
I don't plan on robbing any banks anytime soon, but
I feel like a safe would be your, like, you don't know what you're going to see behind a closed door, but a safe, it can only be so much.
Right. It's only going to be so big. Yeah. Those were pretty good. Good. Would you rather questions there?
Attractive but stupid.
Yeah. Where we were on our last episode, our last regular episode, we kind of ended up with the Classic, right?
Winning the Classic.
Winning the Classic. That was kind of, that was kind of where that one wrapped up with. So that was obviously an awesome event in our life, no question about it. The trophy's right behind the curtain there, but yeah, definitely an awesome event professionally, for our career. But it expanded our platform in a big way that we've been able to use for God's glory, and that was, that was what I talked about. Was how that was my prayer in that was that, I wanted to win, but only if He would be glorified, and then following through with that, was what was the responsibility I felt, after that was over with. So that's kind of where we were at coming into filming these, and we're going to go through what happened right after that. And that's with our life, with our journey. There's always been peaks with valleys. Yeah. I mean, you're either going up or going down, one or the other. There's been some times of floating along, but there seems like generally when there's a peak, there's a valley, or when there's a valley, there's a peak. Yeah. It works both ways. So the verse we looked up for this one was Proverbs 3:5, something that a lot of folks have probably heard, no doubt about it. But trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. That's the verse we picked to go with today, because it was immediately right after the Classic. Stuff started getting weird.
Yeah, a couple days. I mean, we talked about the Classic, how busy it is leading up. Basically 10 days, up until the last day of the tournament, and I don't think we left the Champions Toast until midnight. That's about right. Yeah. Got home about 12:30. Got the kids in bed, and then turned around. We had to be at a TV station at 5:30, I think.
It was early.
It was very early. And so we just left the kids at home, and
that was the first station, and then it was another one.
Yeah. It was continuous, and then
radio interviews in between driving from station to station.
Yeah. And then we got home, and we had people here at the house waiting for us, because that's another blessing with our house, is that we've got a boat ramp and access to the water. So they were here ready to film as soon as we got back, and it was just a steady line of cars driving through the field going to the boat ramp that day. And so then of course we're still our, what do you call it, adrenaline is still high, and we're excited, and everything is just so busy. We don't have,
I mean, it really was.
Yeah, we just don't have time to stop. And I think it was the next day after that
that was Monday. I want to say Monday night that I didn't sleep good at all. I think it was both Monday and Tuesday nights. And it wasn't like I shouldn't have been tired.
Yeah.
But I would lay down at night, and I'm just like, just kind of almost couldn't catch my breath,
Just kind of wheezy.
Yeah, wheezy was it? Yeah, I mean,
that bad. That was dramatic.
It might have been dramatic. That was sensationalized, but I couldn't take a deep breath very well, or if I'd breathe out, it was just a very wheezy sound, and a little early for me to be having allergies. I have terrible springtime allergies, but that usually hits me around April. Around here, around early April's typically when that stuff comes, and we're, middle of March or something. So,
so we just kind of, I think at first we're just like, well, we're exhausted. You've had long 10 days. Your allergies are for whatever reason kicking in early.
Yeah.
Just just kind of brushed it off as.
So that, like Monday night, just didn't sleep well. Like I almost felt like I had to sit up in the bed, to be able to breathe decent. Tuesday night was again the same thing, and I want to say I woke up Wednesday morning, and you were like, just see if you can go to like a walk-in clinic,
because you were getting ready to leave town again too, right?
Yeah, like I was leaving maybe Friday or Saturday or something to go to North Carolina for stage 3 for
so I was more afraid. I was like, why don't you go to the doctor, make sure you don't have some kind of sinus infection, get some medicine, so you're not feeling rough
the whole time there. Yeah. So that went Wednesday morning, and
it's like a little walk-in clinic.
Yeah, just a walk-in clinic deal, and they were like, yeah, you probably, I told them, I'd been out, in the cold, in a boat and all this kind of stuff. And they were like, yeah, you've probably got bronchitis, and they didn't, they just listened to my lungs and stuff. And that was, kind of check out. And they were like, yeah, you most likely got bronchitis. Then they gave me some antibiotics. Did they give me steroids? Or
the first time, I don't think you got antibiotics, to be honest.
Something.
Did you? Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got some antibiotics that time. And they were like, you may have symptoms, it may linger around a week or 10 days, I was like, well, by the time I get back, I should be good,
Yeah.
So that was kind of where that was at. And it was that next event, like I said, those couple of days later, I don't remember feeling any relief, right away. I guess I kind of got accustomed to it. It seemed like, and didn't notice any other major symptoms right away. It was really seemed like at night was the worst symptom I'd have.
And then we, and the other thing that was noticeable, looking back, was like his heartbeat was really loud. And I don't know how many times we would comment on that. And I'm like, man, like your heart's beating loud, like I can hear it.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like beating super fast, like it didn't sound abnormal, nothing. It just was
just loud.
Yeah. And so that's, other than that, of hearing that, no other really obvious symptoms, I guess we should say. And
I could hear it in my ears, like I could lay down at night and I could, that, like you're talking about it.
Yeah.
Not hit the mic. You could hear it, through my chest, but I could even feel it in my ears, which seemed different, But
apparently not normal.
Right. Yeah.
Not normal. And then you had back-to-back tournaments in Missouri.
That was on later in the year.
Yeah.
Get on through it a little bit. Yeah. So that was March, right after the Classic, first symptoms I had. And when I got home from North Carolina, I didn't really feel any better, so I went back, same clinic, and they were like, well, maybe it was a different kind of bronchitis, and they gave me more antibiotics and maybe steroids that time.
And an inhaler.
Yep, that's right. Maybe it was a steroid inhaler. Whatever it was, I left there with an inhaler and some more pills. They were like, now listen, you could have, if that's what it is, you could have symptoms that linger 4 to 6 weeks. 4 to 6 weeks. So I'm like, okay, it's now early April. It may be middle of May before this is gone.
Yeah.
So I'm like, at least, okay, I'll probably have to deal with this a little bit. So knowing that, rolled on through, I had however many more tournaments. And we ended up having fishing in late May or about the middle of May, and then early June, in a fishing like middle of May and then early June out on Table Rock Lake. The second event was supposed to be on Grand Lake in Oklahoma, but it got canceled. Blah blah blah. But that first week, was that the one where you were watching me on live, or was it the second one?
No, it was the first one. No, it was the first one, and then we flew out. We had planned because after Alt won the Classic, we couldn't be, the last week of school for the kids was his first week at Table Rock. And then I was like, we'll fly out, and we booked the nicest place at Big Cedar.
Yep. Not on purpose. It's all they had.
It's all that they had because it was Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
But I was like, you know what? Like, we don't really do big vacations with the kids or anything just because we're always so busy. Like, a vacation for us is to be home and not have to do anything. Destin, Florida is as big as it gets. Yeah, we go on fall break, and so I was like, we've won the Classic. Like, I talked myself into it. I was like, we're going to stay, stay at Big Cedar, and then we'll just go on to Grand Lake, which ended up being staying in Missouri. But I was watching him on live, and like, he was breathing so heavy, like weighing his fish in, and I was like, babe, like. Yeah,
she made a comment I won't repeat.
No,
but I was like, wow, I'm that bad? I sound that bad, really? Because I was catching a lot of fish. I was catching them quick and stuff, but I'd be on the front deck. I'd set the hook. I'd run. I'd on the back deck, weigh the fish. It was a lot of movement, but I shouldn't have been as out of breath as I was.
And there's an angler that's always out of breath. And so I was like, that's who you sound like. And he was like, really? I was like, yeah, like it was bad. Like it was really noticeable. And even then, he's like, well, I mean, they told me that, it could be like this, and I'm like, well, I guess maybe with, and going from state to state with allergies is never fun either, because it's
you pick up something
highs
new in
and
every
lows,
place.
and it starts over again.
Yeah.
And so, we just kind of just talked about it, and the kids and I fly in, and we had like 4 or 5 days, and I still feel like it was like the best vacation. I don't know.
Oh, it was great.
It was just, we were all just so relaxed, and I think we had been so busy that, the kids were just, they didn't even really fight. Like,
no, they
all
didn't.
got along, and
they spent a lot of the day in the pool every day, and it was a great vacation, and it was semi-unplanned was the thing. I mean, it wasn't like we really thought it out. It wasn't going to the beach.
No.
We didn't do a lot of
We just kind of
stuff.
If you've ever been to Big Cedar, like Ott and I get to go, so usually once or twice a year. So one, it was very expensive because normally we get to do that stuff and we don't have to pay for it.
Yeah.
But we were there on vacation, and I was like, I'm not gonna. We probably could have called and got some discounts and stuff, but I was like, I don't even want to fool with it. Like, let's just go and get to do all the sightseeing things that we normally get to do, and do that with the kids. And they even were kind of like, they want to go back.
Yeah.
But even asking what they liked better was Big Cedar or the beach, and they thought about it.
It was a major toss up. Yeah, and they enjoyed both. But I mean, they really did like our time there at Big Cedar. So and ours are beach lovers.
Yeah, for sure. And so like the pool that we would go at every day, like you parked way up on a hill, and then just
everything there
down.
Is on the side of a hill.
Yeah, because being in Branson.
Yeah.
So the kids and I, every day, would make fun of Ott because he took forever walking up this hill. I mean, every time we'd go to I would finally be like, why don't you just stay there? I'll go get the truck.
Yeah.
Like I'll just pick you up. And of course, Ott's like, no, I'm going to walk up this hill. But I mean, it was a lot of, come on, Papa, like you're taking forever.
I was made fun of a lot. Yeah. We're still waiting on you. You're dragging behind. Yeah.
Yeah. It was out of love.
Yeah. You eventually figured out why.
Yeah. Oops.
Yeah.
So that's just one of the things that definitely from that vacation. And I mean, and even at that, I mean, Ott was throwing kids in the pool.
Oh, yeah.
All the things he probably shouldn't have been doing that we didn't know he shouldn't have been doing.
I was doing all the normal things other than just walking slowly up the hill. And that's the condo we stayed on that Andy and I, or that we all did. For the second week of the event, when we moved out of Big Cedar and moved back into the condo for the second tournament, it was up two floors or something.
Yeah, it was on the second floor.
It was on the second floor, so up a couple flights of stairs, and it was just every time going in and out of that place to get up those 2 flights of stairs.
Yeah.
I'd get to the top and be like, okay, I gotta sit down.
Yeah, we didn't let him carry. I mean, I don't think we'd let you carry anything.
And didn't know anything other than it was just wear me out trying to walk up. 20 steps or something. Yeah. It was just sucked the life out of me. So that was, that was really, really wild. But
yep. So here we are, just kind of living life in complete stupidity, for lack of better words.
Yeah, ignorance was bliss a little bit at that point in time.
We had no idea.
No idea. After that second event there in Missouri, came home from that, and then it was just maybe a week later.
Something like that, yeah. Wasn't long.
It wasn't long. Mercury had a summit deal that they had a lot of their pros and stuff come to up in Wisconsin. So I flew to that, and my flight from Knoxville was to Chicago, and then connecting Chicago to a flight on into Fond du Lac. If you ever flew through Chicago, it's not like Atlanta where you hop on the little tram and ride. It's you walk it all. And I was walking through that airport slower than I've ever walked in my life. I mean, there were people that were outwalking me that never outwalked me. And it's like, I told Jennie, I don't know if it was on the way there or when I was coming back through there on the way home, I was like, something's just not right. There's no, You might say I was old when I was, at the pool walking up the hill, but I'm like, this just does not make sense.
Yeah, I think it was you were heading home, and you were like, you've got to make me an appointment, because he's got long legs anyway, so he's a fast walker. He's like, but I'm getting like passed by people that should not be passing me walking in this airport. Mm-hmm. And he's like, and I can't
I'm
do
doing
anymore.
all I can.
Yeah.
I'm going as hard as I can possibly go without having to stop.
Mm-hmm. And so that was, I think, definitely the thing that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was the
final straw of just, hey, something is really not right.
Yeah, absolutely. So that was like June, I want to say 19th.
Somewhere in there, yeah.
Yeah, somewhere 19th, 20, somewhere in that range was when that was. So I think that'll wrap it up for this week. But I want to share the verse again, Proverbs 3:5, and it says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding." Yep. Actually, next week will be
Father's
Day special. So
we have 3 little special appearance kids again.
Yep.
Which have asked more than once when they want a whole episode.
Yeah, they want to hijack and do a whole
They want to do a whole episode. So I told them, I was like, well, with summer coming, we'll see what we can come up with. So maybe that'll be a fun, maybe they could do like a back to school episode we could film in July or something. They can talk about their fears of being in high school and be the twins last year in elementary school. Mm-hmm. Sad.
Yep, so they talk about that. But yeah, next week's Father's Day, and then the following week we'll catch up with where we're leaving off right now. So thank you for watching.